I wanted to go through the process of creating staff development inside of Strive to make sure we're all on the same page for this. When we go to Strive, and we are going to go to our settings and go to workshop settings over here on the left-hand side. If you are a district course creator, you'll have the ability to create district courses. Campuses can create their own individual school courses, but for the purpose of this training, we're going to review how do we create courses for the district. So at the district level, I can see all of the courses that are currently listed, and we'll be making them for this training for June 2020. I'll go down here from courses. I'll select add a new course, and I'm going to create a new empty course. You can copy an existing course if it's something you do each year. That might make it a little easier on you, but I'm going to start from scratch and click next. I'm going to give my course a title, and then I'm going to make sure I create these specific items inside of the description, so that way when I'm adding the information, I'm going to include the audience who I am targeting at this. So if I would say like secondary teachers maybe. And then I would have my location, depending on where that location is. A lot of us will be online. You might be at the admin building, depending. And I am going to include these BRs here. And what this is HTML code telling the program to put a break between this. So when teachers and staff are looking up trainings, there'll be breaks between these lines to make it a little bit easier to read. Then my description, I'm going to put a description of what it is we'll be doing. And that will allow us to make sure that people that are registering for this course understand who it's for, where it will be, and what they'll be doing. Then we click next. It's going to ask the start and stop times and the dates. So if we're doing this for online courses, stick around at the end of this training. We're going to go over what you need to do for the online courses. It's going to be a little different, but we're going to select the day and time of our course. So if it's summer, I want to make sure I select it outside of our contract days. So like June 2nd, let's say from 8 a.m. to 11. So it's 3 hours, and I'll set my time. I click next. And now if this is for certified teachers and administrators, I want to select the dimensions that apply to this course. That allows them, one, to see to attach their training inside of their summative documents. It also allows users to search for trainings that are covering these specific dimensions. So for this one, I'm going to select one and move on. Select next. My course has now been created, and I'll begin editing my course. All right, now it's important that as I make changes here that I click save. On my setup, I can go through and add different information as far as who's the instructors, course managers. When I want to publish this, that means it's going to be available for people to see, and when I want people not to be able to register anymore. Oftentimes I find if I close it at 8 a.m. on the day I'm training, I'll have people that show up and are unable to register. So I typically change this time until the end of the course. That way they have time during the course to register, and I'll click save. Here I can manage my attendees and add surveys and things like that. But the important thing here is at the very bottom, when your course is created, you have this direct URL that you can post onto a document. You can post in an email to have your staff sign up directly for the course. They don't have to go searching through Strive to find it. For online courses, there's some things that we want to make sure we do to be very clear that this is an online course, as well as the time that we schedule it for. I'm going to include the word online in the title. That way, any course that's being offered online, it's very clear. I'm going to be very clear that this course is online. So my audience will be whatever my audience is. And then under location, I would include in Google Classroom. And then for my description, I'm going to put whatever I need to put to describe what it is. I also want to make sure I include how many hours of credit will be earned. That way it's very clear. The scheduling is going to look a little different from how many hours that they're going to be earning. So once I include the description as well as the hours that they will earn, here's where I'm going to set my date and time. And this is where it gets a little different for online courses. We don't want to block off a large block of time. If our course is Monday through Thursday, June 1st through the 4th, I don't want to say, hey, my course takes all this time, because then they won't be able to sign up for other courses. I'm going to pick something outside the typical day, like June 1st. And I'm going to set this at 1 a.m. And it's only going to be a 30-minute block of time. That does not impact the credit hours they will earn. It just blocks off their calendar. So we're going to come here and select 1:30 a.m. That way we're only blocking off 30 minutes on their calendar. So that leaves them free to sign up for other courses. Again, this is just for online courses. We only want to block off 30 minutes of time. We also want to make sure we're not overlapping with any course that's already scheduled. Otherwise, if there's two courses at the same time, they won't be able to sign up for one of them. Once you've done that, select next. And over here where we edit our course under setup, this is where we add the credit hours. So even though we blocked off 30 minutes on the calendar, we can still include 6 hours, 3 hours, however many hours of credit they will earn from completing the course. So the number of credits might not match the 30 minutes you blocked off on their calendar. And that will prevent staff from having two classes overlapping and then not able to register for more than one online course.